Whites with maroon trim, and the Drake Bulldogs winning the tip with their blue uniforms and white trim, and off we go here in Carbondale. Been looking forward to this matchup for a while. This game was actually rescheduled due to COVID protocol. The ball goes out of bounds. It is off Drake. Now it's going to stay off Drake. It's going to go to Southern Illinois. A great start in terms of crowd, a nice gathering here in Carbondale, and the full court pressure from Drake to get things going against the Salukis.
Darren DeVries talked about trying to speed up the Salukis, and you can see it on the first dead ball. They're going to press full court.
Damask, the assist leader in the Missouri Valley Conference. In the lane, keeping the handle. Mula, got it. J.D. Mula, the junior out of Ottawa.
Keep an eye on those two big bodies, Brody and Mula inside.
You saw the Salukis starting lineup, and there are the Bulldogs without Shanquan Hemphill today. He is out with a foot injury. We'll tell you more about that as play continues. An early lead for the Salukis. Cross-court pass into the scorer's table. Look out as those paid seats right there. A youngster might have gotten a ball off the head, and right next to us. Looks like he's all right. They raise him tough here in Carbondale.
You're on press row. You better keep your head on a swivel.
The errant pass from Darnell Brody, the big bruising postman for Drake. And defensively, what a battle that'll be against J.D. Mula, already with a bucket.
I love the matchup with Murphy and Damask.
SIU team has been very successful defensively. They've held all but one opponent under 70 points. The question is, can they score with some of these opponents? Jones comes up short and tipped. Jones scrambling for it, and Drake comes up with it. Roman Penn. DeVries gets rid of it, and that one well short into the hands of Coupette.
And it was partially blocked.
Damask in traffic. Foul will go to the free throw line. Let's get our keys to the game from Rich Savosic.
To slow this Bulldog team down.
One of the best all-around players in the Valley, Damask making 1 of 2 from the line, and an early three-point lead for SIU. Much like their coach, a team that plays intense defense, especially on the perimeter. And a foul is called.
Tom, we're going to see how the officials call this very early. If they allow SIU to body and to hand check, that goes into the Salukis' favor.
Banks whistled for the foul in the early going. One foul apiece. Good drive and basket. Oh my. Roman Penn, he can do that.
Little head and shoulders fake in and out. A la the original Isaiah Thomas.
Penn, the senior. Well, the oldest team in the country, Drake.
I wonder if it's ironic. They're the oldest team in the country, and they've been nagged with some injuries throughout the early course of the year, with Penn missing games and now Hemphill.
The foul on the floor. The miss by Verplanken. There is Darren DeVries. Terrific coach. Look at that record. 82-34 in his 4th season at Drake.
Oh, terrific job. 2-time coach of the year.
Mula comes out of the game, and now the inbound pass. Quick three. In and out. Wouldn't go for Verplanken. Wilkins. And the look. Intercepted. Banks in transition. Knocked away. They'll count that basket. A goaltend is called. Dalton Banks gets the basket. 5-2 SIU lead.
Terrific job by SIU away from the basketball. See the ball, see your man. Dalton Banks makes the interception.
Banks guarding Penn in the backcourt. They'll just try to apply pressure and make Drake uncomfortable. This is a team that can flow offensively very quickly as the pass there and the foul is called on the attempt by Ferguson.
Ferguson is going to see a lot more minutes with Hemphill on the bench injured. He'll be the first sub for Brody as he was tonight. Aaron DeVries talks very highly of this young Iowan, only a sophomore.
Ferguson was out early on the floor this evening, getting warmed up for this physical contest. You know he's one of those players that'll be taking some ice packs and probably delivering some. Makes one of two. Talk to anybody involved in this game, they knew it was going to be a fight.
Well, you got one team that is trying to keep pace with the top three in Drake, and SIU needs to protect home court advantage.
Both of these teams in the top half of the league. Damask, the toss, and a whistle to go the other way. Call on Filowich.
Filowich trying to create space inside. Got his elbow extended from his body. If he keeps it down to his side, just use your hip, big fella. Push him up the lane.
Well, you asked. We've had 5 fouls in the first 4 minutes. 3 on SIU, 2 on Drake. Penn showing some handles and scores.
This is such a different Drake team when Roman Penn is in the lineup.
Full court pressure. Devanzo to Verplanken, gets it back. Good footwork and drinking a big, tall soda, looks like. It's going to be a fun night. Devanzo knocks down the free throw. As I mentioned, a player you can really count on in a lot of different ways. Good, sound, fundamental player.
One of those guys can score inside out. Terrific free throw shooter, 11 of 12 on the year.
He is. This team shooting 68% from the line, SIU. Penn has just been getting into the lane.
And Brian Mullins talked about no middle for Penn, and Penn has exploited the middle of this defense.
Cut off that time, and a foul is called right on the baseline on Lance Jones. Looks like he had stopped him, but Penn just kept going.
You can see him trying to probe the defense. Just gets around Jones.
And the bucket inside as Drake scores with Sturtz.
See how much Darren DeVries really wants to speed this game up. Every made basket, he's showing some sort of full court pressure.
Can the Salukis dictate their own pace as they work in the half court? Damask, yes.
Well, that's a tough matchup for Sturtz. He's a hard-nosed kid, but Damask has some size, smart enough to back him down in the post.
Damask 6'6", Sturtz 6'3", and now Devanzo. Coupette, and in and out for Jones. Rebound and the basket for Devanzo.
Know your role. Devanzo excelling at it, running the floor.
Trying to get things going from the outside. The miss there by DeVries. Excited to see the freshman work. The toss, Devanzo no. To the free throw line he goes. And a foul called inside on Ferguson. That's number 2 on Ferguson.
Ferguson got caught ball watching on dribble penetration. He starts to sneak over, doesn't see where his man relocates to, and we're going to take another look at it. Again, coaches talk about it all the time. See ball, see man. You can see Ferguson turns his back to his guy. DeFonso able to sneak in, get a couple of free throws.
What do you make so far of the defensive strategy against Tucker DeVries? That was his first attempt of the game so far.
DeVries has got to be patient. I mean, he's got to understand, once you get into conference play, the scouting is so good, they're going to take away your best players. You're going to have to work a little bit harder on each possession to get your shot off and get the shot that you really want.
SIU has grown the lead to 5. Sturtz so quick. Gets the 2. He had 12 points in the last game against Illinois State. His last 2 games shooting 11 of 12 from the floor coming in today. Trying to get some looks inside, and Coupette is fouled. Shot clock was down to 6 on that drive by Coupette.
Coupette not settling. Once he gets him on his hip, he's able to draw the foul. And so often you get down to the end of a shot clock and guys settle for a long jump shot. Good decision by Coupette.
The 6'7" senior out of Chicago was the best on this team in scoring, just under 16 a game in the month of December.
Transfer from Little Rock. Want to get closer to home for his senior year. As Coach Mullins talked about, he's been a terrific teammate.
He's a terrific player. He's helped SIU take a 4-point lead. Make it 1. How about that 3 by Akinwole? Jones trying to answer. 3 ball on the other side, off the feed from Jones is D'Amico. Troy D'Amico, the freshman from Chicago. First 3 made by SIU. And on the other end, Sturtz goes to the free throw line. Here's D'Amico.
Just a terrific job by D'Amico, burying himself in the corner, and on dribble penetration, that is a long run back for the defender to help and recover. And the freshman from Chicago, Niles Academy, as one of the assistants Cyrus State told me, he's a tough kid. He's not afraid to take the big shot. About that. Freshman 8 minutes in, buries the 3.
Damas takes a seat before the media timeout. Verplanken comes in. The miss there and snared by Coupette. Lance Jones yet to get on the board, 0 for 2 from the floor. D'Amico just buried a 3, guarded by the fellow freshman DeVries. Jones can't save it. It goes to Drake. There's DeVries. Sturtz, the leading rebounder on this team, finds Akinwole for the miss. Hangs on to that one. Another rebound for the 6'3" guard.
Are you kidding me? 6'3", he can't jump over to the Des Moines phone book, but he leads him in rebounding.
DeVries shows he can do it inside, but the miss. Sturtz almost grabbed another board. Jones powers over Akinwole, who takes the...
Scoring at will.
He had 43 in a game not long ago. He has been a scoring machine down in Springfield. Here in Carbondale, 3-point lead for the Salukis. over Drake. We knew this game would be tight, and it is. Into the game for Drake, DJ Wilkins back in. He started at guard with Roman Penn. Shot clock down to 5 for DeVries. Takes it all the way in and scores. That's just patience.
That's maturity of a freshman. You know, as he comes up a little bit gimpy, but a lot of freshmen would settle for a long jump shot when they're struggling. Not DeVries. Take it to the rim.
Brown throws it away. Wilkins, Akinwole, the pull-up from the elbow, and Drake has taken the lead.
Got to keep an eye on Akinwole. He was a terrific scorer at Omaha. A welcome addition. The replacement of Joseph Yesufu, who transferred.
Good point, Z. He once scored 32 in a game, Akinwole. That's his career high. Today he has 5. Damask. Can't get it to fall. Akinwole with the rebound, and here comes Drake. SIU back on transition. Basket, good. Tremel Murphy.
Now, one thing that the officials have been consistent about, if you bump the shooter, they are making the call. And you can see DeVries not settling. Nice pass inside to Murphy. And once DeVonzo has his arms down, he gives him a little bump. Murphy absorbs. Good strength. I want to shout out to Tremel's brother, Anthony, wishing him a quick recovery. Understand that he hurt his knee earlier. His quest in the professional ranks. So hopefully he gets well soon.
An 8-0 run for Drake. And Murphy completes the three-point play. 4-point lead for the Dogs. The Bulldogs over the Egyptian Dogs. Mula. Short. Brody rebound. Wilkins back to Murphy for the left points. Now can SIU answer? Filowich, he could be a good passer, but the foul is called away from the basketball. And that's on Akinwole of Drake. The SIU ball underneath the basket, and that is team foul 6 on the Bulldogs. Akinwole's second foul. He comes out of the game. And that one was tipped, so not a backcourt violation. But the shot clock is winding down, and it's short and knocked away, and it's going to be Drake basketball. What a stand.
That was a terrific defensive stand by Drake, but more importantly, it all started with DJ Wilkins and the communication he had on the perimeter with his teammates, just taking the Salukis out of their offense.
The last basket for the Salukis was 4 minutes ago. D'Amico hitting that 3 from the corner. Here come the Salukis now down 6. Filowich setting the screen for Verplanken. Now the 3 off the mark from Jones. Penn got it to go. Wow.
The circus has come to Carbondale. The flip from almost the foul line.
He's perfect from the floor. 3 of 3. Getting baskets in the lane. Oh, Filowich against Brody. Couple of bruisers there. And Murphy gets the rebound. Drake gets the better of that matchup. Penn slowed up. Finds room, scores. Roman Penn's 4 for 4.
This is the Roman Penn from last year before he got hurt. Playing like an MVP. And he is doing it right in the middle of the floor. And that is what Brian Mullins preached to his team in shoot-around. No middle.
Salukis trying to stop the bleeding here. It's a 13-0 run. D'Amico. He scored the basket before the Drake run, and he ends the run with a basket. D'Amico with 5. Penn. That one gets knocked away. Coupet trying to corral it. Shot clock under 10. And a team to watch there, Northern Iowa, got off to a slow start overall, but they have come on here in the Valley. Should be interesting to see who finishes out of Thursday's playing games. It's always the discussion. For Plankin, trying to help SIU's cause. It's a 6-point game. Drake went on a 13-0 run, and Brody is called for a travel.
SIU did a nice job of digging down, not giving Brody the turn to the middle, forcing the travel. But I like the Roman Penn trying to get his big guy involved, try and get him on the board.
SIU's been able to get this back to a 6-point game. And this one out of bounds, stays here. Chance to cut it down to 4, maybe 3. You're gonna have to play 40 minutes in this building against this team.
Speaking of which,
knows that.
Keep an eye on Tucker DeVries. He hasn't practiced all week with a bum ankle, and we'll see as the game wears on how he reacts.
For Plankin. Tries to overpower the defender. And that one is out of bounds and stays here. Working on Okai Jamgoose there. Almost a 5-second call. Gets it back out to Verplanken. And here's that matchup again. Verplanken against Jamgoose. Filowich muscles his way in and short. DeVries.
They have gotten away with the travel.
A touch of hesitation from well beyond the arc. There he is again. Penn. Just so in control. Almost went down for him. Sturtz keeps it alive, but into the hands of Verplanken. Verplanken drive. No. Penn. They got numbers if they hustle. DeVries. Open 3 for a moment. They'll run the offense. Sturtz.
That's just
a foul.
That was terrific rotation by SIU in transition. Looked like Brody was open, but not enough.
And a foul called as Coupet was trying to come off the screen. Filowich was waiting for him, and the foul was called on Jamgoose. He'll come out of the game. Jamel Murphy checking in. Wilkins is in there along with Brody, Penn, and DeVries. Salukis, first win over a Power 5 team since 2008. And oh, were there some wins in 2008 and surrounding years.
You're right about that.
And giving up 41 against Southern Miss.
But the win over Colorado, and that's a good Colorado team that's 12-4. Tad Boyle has the Buffaloes in the hunt in the Pac-12.
It's down to 5. Penn loses it for a moment, but alertly gets it back to Brody, and here's Drake. Just no room for DeVries out there. Good look, Brody.
Just patient, pull the defense. Brody with good hands keeps the ball in the air.
First basket for Brody. First shot. Filowich waited and DeVries took it away. Now SIU had numbers back and they hold it up. Wilkins trying to get around Capet. Score!
Last year, and he's almost there with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
He and Roman Penn have played the most minutes in this game for Drake, 13 apiece. This guy's played 12. DJ Wilkins completes the three-point play, and it's a 10-point lead again. And there's that pressure.
And the first time they trap in the backcourt. Nice job coming back to the ball.
Banks looked like he had nowhere to go, and Verplanken got him out of it. Damask with a shot clock under 5. He's got to let it go. It feeds Mula, and he's too late. It's going to go back the other way.
Now, I don't think Damask realized that Murphy's shoe had come off. He could have held the ball and would have had a wide open three.
This team can score. 4th in the league. Best defensive team in the MVC. SIU has its hands full today.
Now that defensive stand by Drake was really set up by Murphy switching back on Damask and preventing him from getting the ball initially.
Still working on that shoe for Murphy. As Drake gets its forward back, and he will take it out of bounds. 10-point game, 2:35 first half. Gets it back and throws it down. Tremel Murphy laces up his shoe and puts down 2.
You know, Kevin Lehman loves to call Garrett Sturtz the back cut ninja. I tell you what, Tremel Murphy is taking that moniker here this evening.
He's just had a great look about him all night, and the toss inside. Mula gets the basket. J.D. Mula. Take a look at Tremel here.
His move without the ball. His defender thought he was going to set the screen. He slips it. And then Brody just gets caught flat-footed and doesn't quite come away with the ball. Instead, he comes away with the foul.
Good passing by both teams. Time for Mula to complete a three-point play. And the rebound pulled down by DeVries. Under 2 minutes. DeVries working on 2 points. Leading scorer is Penn with 8. He is not on the floor. Wilkins is and has the ball. Shot clock under 10. Lofts it up for Ferguson. No. Put back, no. And SIU with a chance with 1.5 minutes to go. Banks, 2 defenders there. Jones to Mula, and that one is knocked away, but a foul call. Foul called against Wilkins, I believe, or was it Murphy?
Well, watch the help side rotation. The forces backdoor. Ferguson comes over, but Murphy is late, and understandably so. He's got Trent Brown, a terrific three-point shooter, in the corner. He's afraid to leave Brown and give up a 3. Probably a better decision to foul Mula.
They do call that foul on Wilkins. That is his first. And Mula with the miss. Now we got a violation. And an extra chance for J.D. Mula. They love it here at SIU. It's down to 9 with 1:21 to go before the break. J.D. Mula comes out of the game. His first half, 5 points in 5 minutes. Murphy, the 3 in the face of Damask, misses iron. Banks surveys the scene. 3 ball, Barry. We've played 19 minutes of a 40-minute fight.
How about this lineup? Basically playing 5 out with DeVries and Murphy on the perimeter. You talk about a lot of three-point shooters.
Penn. They find DeVries. He attacks, turns, scores. Oh my, Tucker DeVries.
Just so hard to guard 5 out when you got guys who can shoot it on the perimeter.
Shot clock and game clock basically running at the same time. Same number. SIU can play for that last shot. Now
I'd go right back to the well, Tom. Go right back to Trent Brown if you can, or Damask, one of the two.
See what they do under 10 seconds. It is Damask against Murphy. And short. And that'll do it. Can chances, although Sturtz, I think, had almost 3 in 1 possession. Garrett Sturtz, leading rebounder on this team, the 6'3" guard. Always fun to watch. He'll come off the bench. Starting lineup back out there for Drake with an 8-point advantage. Lance Jones comes off a screen, runs into a tree in Brody. Long 3 buried by Damask.
Well, Murphy thought Jones was going to shoot the ball. He went to rebound, and Damask smartly moves to the open area.
First 3 made by Damask. First 3 attempted by Marcus. Salukis turning up the heat defensively. Staying with DeVries is Capet. Brody walked. The heat a little too much. And then Mula took the ball out of Brody's hands as he was questioning the call and gave it to the referee.
Mula did a good job of pushing Brody off the lane, out of his comfort zone.
Saluki team came out of the locker room with a little spice. Drake's had a double-digit lead on a couple of occasions. Damask missing there. DeVries, good look. Penn gets it back from Brody and can't get the roll. And now going flying into the baseline is Murphy, and a foul is called.
Actually, they warned him for flopping.
Oh, a flop.
I don't know if I have seen the flop on a defensive rebound called very often, but
so the flop warning called on Murphy, and you're going to see a lot of bodies on the floor, whether it's flopping or getting thrown down. This is going to be a throwdown type of game. And there's a foul. It's sent the other way. Kelly Self calls that one definitively. This is the NCAA's push to eliminate flopping. One team warning, then a Class B technical foul for all subsequent delays. Penn driving in, blocked by Mula. Coupette can't score with Murphy trailing him. Jones saves it. And a possession for the Salukis. 3 for Jones. Visit archmadness.com for details about this year's event. The 3 for DeVries is short and to the right. And it's SIU ball with a chance to tie or take the lead. What a comeback.
SIU playing with much more sense of urgency out the gate.
Jones misses from long range. Sturtz grabs the board. 4th rebound for Sturtz. Murphy. Drake still scoreless in the second half.
And Drake also playing without a true post guy. Not sure Darren DeVries wanted Murphy to take that long one so early.
Devonzo with the left hand. And SIU has tied it. Sturtz cut off by Devonzo. The Salukis throw a counter punch. DeVries guarded far away from the basket, tries to work his way in and fouled by Verplanken.
Devonzo backing Murphy down. Nice job of just taking your time. Don't be in a hurry. And that left for the finish. And Drake has gone small, but they're not moving without the basketball. You got to take advantage of your quickness when you're smaller.
Murphy in the lane, can't get that to fall. Stolen away by DeVries. He has one Valley. We are tied at Banterra Center. College basketball on a Monday night. Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in Carbondale. And across America, the drive by DeVries to Sturtz. And Drake still has not scored in this second half. The miss, Murphy tries to throw it off to Mask and successfully does.
Nice job of carving out position on that weak side by Murphy, giving his Bulldogs another shot at it.
It was 35-27 Drake at halftime. Whistle, 5 seconds called.
Now the problem for Roman Penn, the officials started counting as soon as he handed him the ball, and Penn didn't slap it to ignite the play for about 2 seconds. Unforced error.
Lance Jones trying to take the lead for SIU.
Got a mismatch inside with Penn on Devonzo.
There it is, Devonzo to Jones. Looks back to Devonzo and coming in to help. And fouling was Sturtz.
The mask recognizes it, and because DeVonzo is bigger, he draws DeVries in, creates an advantage-disadvantage situation. SIU at the line.
It's DeVonzo, who's 3 of 4 from the stripe today. Make it 4 of 5. SIU takes the lead. First lead for the Salukis since they were up at the 10:36 mark of the first half. 16-15 at that point, 36-35 now. Penn comes out of the game. Wilkins is in with Akinwole, Ferguson, Sturtz, and Murphy for Drake. DeVonzo. Another free throw. A 2-point lead for SIU. Wilkins, well short.
And the rare open looks that Wilkins has gotten.
DeVonzo for 3, no.
DeVonzo getting a little excited. Not sure Brian Mullins wanted that one.
Sturtz fouled before the shot on the drive. 14:29 on the clock here in this second half. And Drake still getting shut out. You see the threes. They're 1 of 10 from 3 are the Bulldogs. Came into the game 4th in the league. And Darren DeVries trying to figure out how to get some offense generated here. The lead has evaporated. Offensive foul, Tremel Murphy.
A good job by Trent Brown. When you're the smaller defender, the moment that you feel pressure in your chest, you got to hit the deck. And watch, he absorbs it once. And the second time, he does a nice job of taking it. Easy call for the official once Murphy dipped his shoulder.
That is Murphy's first foul. Second team foul on Drake. SIU has 4 fouls this half. Toss inside to Filowich. Back to Damask. And Sturtz grabs his 5th board. Make it 6 rebounds now for Sturtz. Wilkins blocked by Filowich. Out of bounds, stays here. Kyler Filowich had a good freshman year. He's come back off the bench. Important post player for plays like this.
Watch him run him off the lane line. Good job by Filowich moving his feet.
That one's thrown away out of the reach of Akinwole.
Drake is just all out of sorts right now. They're looking for somebody to ignite them. The last time that they were this poor, you have to go back to Missouri State. They were 1 of 16 from the three-point line in that game.
Their last bucket came with 38 seconds left in the half as Filowich scores for SIU. So it's a drought of over 7 minutes. Wilkins to Akinwole. Can't get the bounce. Filowich gets it to Banks. Filowich got it again. Let's salute. And they've been successful so far, Drake has, for the most part, in the Valley, beating Illinois State on January 12th, 86-75. Today, they have just 35 points. Sturtz, left hand, short, fouled. He'll go to the line, show some emotion, as Drake's going to try to get on the board here in the second half and restore order.
Well, Sturtz, the mask knows he's not going to shoot the ball from the perimeter. Does a very good job of keeping him in front. Sturtz able to draw the foul.
In the last 3 games, the leading scorer on this Drake team has been Garrett Sturtz, averaging 12.3 a game. The leading rebounder on this team in the last 3 games has been Garrett Sturtz, averaging 8.7 rebounds a game. Free throw cuts it to 5.
He's a young man that brings his hard hat with him. Every road trip at home, to figure out a way to help his team get back in it.
Tries to catch up with Brown and does. Filowich has had some big buckets, works on Brody. The big man can't get that to go as the shot clock expires. Here comes Drake. Akinwole. Rotation. Sturtz buries the 3. Garrett Sturtz cuts it to 2.
His 6th three-pointer of the year. 6 for 17. Doesn't take a lot of them, but none bigger than that one.
Tied for the lead in this game with 9 points. Devonzo has 9 for the Salukis. And a foul's a 3.30 cumulative GPA in sports administration. 3rd team All-MVC recognition last season. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We are here in Carbondale, and that is Tucker DeVries burying a 3 and giving Drake the lead.
How much confidence does Darren DeVries have in the freshman? Runs a set play for him. Right out of the timeout, and he delivers.
Tucker DeVries, a top 100 recruit in America, Mr. Basketball of the state of Iowa. His dad let him make his own decision. Of course, he was thrilled when the young man said, "I'm coming to Drake, Dad."
Certainly had the advantage and lives with his mother. Although that's an interesting conversation I had with Coach DeVries. You know, you go home and what does your wife say about your player? You know how parents can be sometimes.
Filowich lofts it into Damask, who throws it back to Brody for Drake. Now to Akinwole. No, Verplanken in a fight for it. Gets it back for SIU, down 1. Here they come, Banks, Filowich. And they restore the offense. Damask against Sturtz. Able to get around him, and a foul called on the baseline. Push on Sturtz, and it'll go out of bounds on the baseline. For Sturtz, that's his 2nd foul. Leads the team with 9 points. 4th team foul on Drake. SIU has 6 fouls. Next one will put Drake in the bonus. Long way to go in this one. Damask against Sturtz. Oh.
That's great defense by Sturtz, but just sometimes it's just better offense.
This is when one of the best players in the league comes through, and a lead change. SIU back on top. Roman Penn back in the ball game for Drake. DeVries trying to return the favor to Damask on the other side. Here we go. Identical play.
Right.
And scores on the other end.
One guy, one of the best players in Wisconsin coming out of high school. Tucker DeVries, one of the best players coming out of Iowa.
Said, you want some of that? I got a little of that for you. Banks to the block. Handoff, no. Tried to get it to a white jersey and did. The bounce pass. Mula scores for SIU.
That was right as the shot clock went off. Terrific pass by Banks.
Penn trying to hold off the defender. That's Banks, who's now tangled up with Brody. That last one made it 6 of 9 and now 6 of 10 on the miss, but they get the ball back. Off the glass, missed by Brody. Good D in there by Mula.
DJ Wilkins doing a terrific job of denying Verplanken the ball. Same with Murphy.
Going the other way. And the foul on Mula. So that is 8th foul on SIU.
That is the 3rd moving screen foul against SIU here in the second half. Screener has got to understand it's the cutter or the dribbler who's got to run his defender off of them.
Wilkins looked inside of Brody, takes the shot instead. Brody tries to get the offensive board, saves it to Sturtz. Tapped away, Sturtz has it. Garrett Sturtz, ball fake, shot fake, scores. Oh, baby. That's good basketball.
That's just hustle plays. Hustle plays win you games on the road.
Damask against 2 defenders and scores.
Teammates, how hard they have to play to get a Valley victory on the road.
One of the toughest conferences in the country. Hard to play against these teams and absolutely tough to win in conference play. 1-point lead for SIU. Just the way the league's been taught for years and years. 3 buried by Wilkins. Drake goes up 2.
Devonzo a little late on the switch. Wilkins doesn't need much room.
DeVries, good defense on the entry pass. Tremel Murphy holds up, lost it, ran into Sturtz, and Trent Brown took it away from him. Heads up play by Brown. Devonzo fighting for position in the post with Wilkins. There he is. Back out, Verplanken. Rebound, Murphy taken away, tied up. Damask got his hand in there. It's going to be Drake basketball, but Damask not going down without a fight. Penn back into the game. DeVries takes a seat.
Keep an eye on that change of possession. May become very important in the latter stages of this game.
Zakarwole, who's going to sit down. DeVries will actually stay in with Wilkins, Penn, and Sturtz, along with Tremel Murphy. The lineup for Drake against SIU. Drake by 2. Penn. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Damask. Devonzo on Sturtz. Banks in traffic, left-handed layup.
I don't know how Dalton Banks just slid through there.
Dalton Banks coming into tonight, 16 of 24 shooting in his last 6 games. How about this shooter? Tucker DeVries knocks it down. It's a 2, and it's a 2-point lead.
Tucker DeVries is a guy with a shooter's and a scorer's mentality. Doesn't worry about what happened on a previous shot. He's taking the next one.
Damask the dish. Brown the 3. He was facing the basket, squared up. Damask hit it perfectly. Sturtz spins and scores and count the basket. Foul called in the lane on Davanzo. Woo, we've had some lead changes in this game.
You know, you see the end of that play and the move he makes, but the key is Brown does a great job of denying the pass back, and he doesn't force it to DeVries, but reads the defense. Chance for a three-point play.
He got it. And Drake goes up 2. Under 5 minutes. Garrett Sturtz. You see what we talked about, those last 3 games, leading the team in both of those categories. The senior from Newton, Iowa.
Brody back in the game with 4 fouls. He's got to play like he has none. If he plays like he has 4, there's of no use on the defensive end.
Shot clock at 5. Damask on Sturtz. Now Brody is in there and a foul is called. It's going to be 2 shots for Marcus Damask.
I think they called that on Brody.
They did. Brody came in on the switch, and he has just fouled out of this game.
And Darren DeVries was trying to get Murphy a rest until the 4-minute media. But Brody, his 5th foul. Darren DeVries not very happy about the call, but Damask is one of those crafty scorers that gets his body into the defender, draws the foul.
Brody fouls out with 3 points and 5 rebounds. He had scored in double figures in 6 of his last 8 games. The Seton Hall transfer takes a seat for the night. Darren DeVries back to work. Drake up by 2, but Marcus Damask will have something to say about that with a couple of free throws. Damask now 4 of 5 from the line. 13 points, leading scorer on this team.
Only 3 points at halftime. He has come out loaded for bear in the second half, or should I say bulldog.
Penn just finding room. And now a fight inside and a whistle and a foul. They're going to call Lance Jones. Got tangled up in the lane. Of course, Sturtz was involved. Blue jerseys and white jerseys. Brian Mullins hates it.
Well, I think he's got reason to argue. I mean, 2 guys just get tangled up. I'd love to see an official in that situation just do some cleanup officiating. Just say, hey, blow your whistle, tell the 2 guys, hey, knock it off. Don't call the foul, but Sturtz misses the first.
And missed them both. Sturtz, the leading scorer in this game with 14, misses both free throws. We are still tied with 4 minutes to go.
Quite unbelievable. Sturtz, an 82% free throw shooter.
Brown throws inside. Sturtz deflected it. Got the steal. Wilkins back to Sturtz. DeVries takes it and nails the 3. That pass might have been intended for Wilkins, and DeVries stepped in front and hit a long 3.
I was just about to say he's about 2 steps too far out.
Here they're playing games every other night, it seems like, with the COVID schedule changing things.
Well, you're trying to make up games, and as we talked about, this is a rescheduled game from the first week of the season back in January 5th.
Whistle and a foul on the sideline in front of the SIU bench. So Wilkins whistled for that foul. 17 fouls on Drake puts SIU in the bonus. Bulldogs in the double bonus. Darren DeVries by 3. Oh, to be a coach in this league. Nail biter time every single time, it seems. How many games have we done like this?
Oh, there have been some close calls this year already. Either overtime games or last possession games.
I told Brian Mullins, I said, well, this one will be fun tonight. I go, for us.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
58-57. Under 3 minutes. Penn hanging on. Shot clock at 5. Murphy's got to do something. Penn will take a 3. This is the rim, so that shot clock has expired. 2:50 to go. 1-point game.
Tom, that was just terrific defense by Lance Jones. He kept Penn out of the middle of the lane, took him right out of their offense.
Here we go. Drake on top by a point. Lance Jones into the front court. Banks to Damask. Guarded by Murphy. Damask, steady, missed it.
You're Brian Mullins. You can live with that shot every day of the week. Murphy, nice job of walling up.
Here's one of the best guards in the league, Penn. That's who you want with the ball in his hands. Splits the double team to Sturtz, missed that. Under 2.
They're going to clear out his side, play a two-man game with Damask and Jones. They got the switch. They got the switch.
Damask almost threw it away. Brown saved it. Shot clock at 3, 2. Jones with a hand at his face. DeVries and Drake preserving a 1-point lead with 90 seconds left.
Tom, that is 3 possessions of great defense by both of these teams. The question is, do you go to the senior Wilkins? Try and get dribble penetration, maybe to the freshman DeVries.
Shot clock at 3. DeVries. And it's back 35 on the clock. That shot clock of 30 seconds expired, so that's their justification for putting 1:05 on the game clock. The official telling us. And now we're under a minute.
3 more seconds. We'll see if that comes into play.
Trent Brown thought about it. Shot clock at 10. Damask against Murphy.
You got to stay home if you're Drake.
Damask up in the air, scores!
I got
a foul is called.
And you knew it was going to go to Damask. Murphy does a good job of forcing a tough shot. Some body contact down below.
Misses a chance on the three-point play, but a lead for SIU with 35 seconds left. Fans come out of their seats at Banterra Center.
Well, one way or another, SIU is going to get another possession.
Sturtz lost it for a moment. Whistle at that very moment, and a foul call.
Let's take another look at that, but I will say this about the officials. They have been consistent in the lane. Anybody who reaches They have made the call. I don't see much contact there, however.
Sturtz makes him pay with that. Drake by 1. Timeout called by SIU. They've seen a lot of champions, and they're hoping to see Brian Mullins build this program into another one. Here we go. It's Banks, guarded by Wilkins. Damask is blanketed by Murphy, and here they are. Damask with 5. Damask. 2 defenders. 3.
Didn't get it off.
Didn't get it off anyway by Banks and Drake. It's a